I have 3 irons that are designed to improve your game and make your life easier on the golf course, but the big question is, which one is for you? So what we have today is the Cobra Darkspeed, the TaylorMade QI10, and the Paradym Ai Smoke irons. Now, they're 3 hollow body options which are going to give you great distance, great feel, and also more forgiveness across the face as well. We're going to dive in, hit some shots on the Trackman. We're going to go from the scoring iron into a longer iron as well, just to show you how forgiving it is in those longer irons as well. But before that, we're going to jump in and dive into the tech. We're going to start off with the tech in the TaylorMade QI iron. You've got that chrome plating, which is what gives it this lovely shimmer, and you've also got the carbon toe wrap. Now, this changes from iron to iron just in terms of where the CG placement is. And if you actually were to have them in your bag or hold them up beside, you would see this right here on the toe would change every single time. Now, internally is where this club really kind of stands out, because just like the P790s, the QI has the flighted CG technology in it as well, which means each iron is individually designed. So what you're going to get is optimal launch conditions all the way through the bag from your scoring irons into the longer irons as well. We have the increased blade length, which is going to give you more forgiveness, and we also have a new leading edge as well, which is going to give you consistent strike and nice and high launch as well. Now, you have the patented face design, which has got that variable face thickness from heel to toe, which again is going to give you more forgiveness and consistency, especially on those mishits. Up next is the Cobra Darkspeed iron. This looks great, and the performance you'll get out of it, I'd imagine, is going to be pretty impressive as well. This is a progressive tech flow design from your 4 into your 7, so you're just going to get consistency from the 7 iron into your 4 iron, making it easier to get the ball in the air. Now, what you also have is your power shell and your power bridge weighting as well from your 4 to 7, but from 8 down into wedge, it's more of a hollow body design. So just when you start going into those scoring irons, you're gonna have a little bit more control and spin as well with those irons. Now, what the power bridge weighting does is it lowers that CG, kind of sitting there, but it also supports the power shell insert as well. So when that face flexes, you're gonna get really impressive ball speeds and distance across the whole face. On top of that, the face is 21% thinner. Now, you have the hot face technology in here as well, so just like what we've seen in the driver, no matter where you hit it, you're gonna be getting great speed and distance across this face as well. The AI Smoke looks great, very clean, love what they've done. And the biggest thing is they have continued the AI Smart Face from your drivers, fairways, hybrids, into your iron as well. Now, what the AI Smart Face is gonna do is basically give you mini sweet spots across that club head. So if you are consistent with your ball strikes, if you hit it off the heel, hit it off the toe, little high, little low, you're still gonna get great distance and spin as well as great ball speed too. So on top of that, you've got longer blade lengths, you've got thinner top lines, you have a pre-worn leading edge, so you're gonna get better turf interaction. And in your longer irons, the length of the iron is gonna be 1/4 of an inch longer. So you're gonna get a bit more control and probably see a little bit more distance and get that ball in the air that little bit easier as well. All right, so TaylorMade QI irons, we're gonna hit them, we're gonna see how they feel, how they sound, and give it a rip into the Trackman. Big shout out to Golf It, because this Trackman simulator is awesome. So if you're in the area in Glasgow, check it out. The one thing I like about it is it does have quite a bit of offset, right? But it looks quite inviting, and I think if you are in that region of, you know, the higher handicappers from 50 and up and you need that little bit of help, this is just going to really frame the ball quite nicely at address. So I'm quite excited to give it a hit. So let's see what we do. Now, I kind of hit that a little bit off the toe. All right, classic example, straight distance. Maybe caught it a little bit heavy, slightly off the toe. Wasn't the best strike in the world, but spin's good, speeds are great, hitting an 8 iron. I would say first impressions, very impressive. Okay, so up next, the Cobra Darkspeed. Visually, I really like the look of this. Really nice kind of gunmetal finish. A little bit darker rather than, you know, a chrome finish. It looks great at address already. It does have a little bit of offset, but nothing that looks too crazy, if I'm really honest. Quite excited to hit it, because I think there'll be some pretty good speed out of this. But this is a 9 iron in hand. Yeah, the speed off that face is unreal. Easy to launch, easy to get in the air. It feels great. It's a little lower frequency in terms of sound, but it goes like a rocket and it goes pretty straight as well. And I actually don't think, yeah, see, I've hit that off the toe, which is where my bad shots are, and that's gone straight down the middle, so I can't really complain with that. All right, up next we have the Callaway Ai Smoke. The AI smart face in this, and the way my ball striking has been with my irons, I should hit this pretty well. So if I'm close to the toe, if I'm close to the heel, it's gonna feel great. But so far, I've missed hit every single one, and they've all gone straight. So it just shows you that with this game improvement tech that are in these irons, very, very good. Oh, that felt so crisp. Nice strike. Maybe a little bit off center, not by much, but again, great numbers, great height, really easy to launch, especially with the scoring irons, but the spin is great as well. So you're gonna see some great distance with these irons, that is for sure. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're gonna start hitting some golf balls into the screen, get some Trackman data, and essentially come to the conclusion on what game improvement iron is going to be best suited for you. So without further ado, let's get into it and start leathering some golf balls. Now, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell, because then you get all the notifications when the videos go live, and you'll also see shots like this. Okay, so I'm knackered, but here's the data for you. We'll start off with the Callaway Ai Smoke iron. Now, in the 9 iron, dispersion is really tight, spin's great, and the distance, very, very consistent. You can kind of see here as well. Even on the ones that I catch a little bit lower, it's still keeping up with the rest, which are nice and tight. Really impressive, especially with that AI smart face. Absolutely loved it, great feeling as well. Now, if we move on to QI10, now this was the 8 iron, and the one thing that I definitely noticed was the distance, but not only that is how straight it was as well. Grouping's very good. Did have one which was a little bit further, but notice the spin is obviously that little bit lower in comparison to a 9 iron, which you're gonna get, and the speed as well, just that little bit higher also. But again, very easy to launch, very forgiving across the face as well, even in those scoring clubs too. Now, if we move on to the Cobra Darkspeed. 9 iron, again, dispersion, super tight, really nice. Spin rate, nice and high in launch, and also distance, nice and close together. You're definitely gonna find greens, you're gonna get close to the pin, but just very easy to hit without having to put much effort. Felt a little bit lighter in my hands as well in comparison to those other 2 models too. Now, if we jump into the longer irons, now this is where it gets a bit fun, because this is where forgiveness really come into play. Now, we're gonna start with Callaway Ai Smoke. Now, in this blue, you can see distance, very consistent. Now, I found myself personally, I was leaving it out to the right, but even though I was doing that, the distances are still very consistent. Now, for a 5 iron, this is mental, but because you do have the stronger lofts, you do have that lower spin, you're gonna get more distance, and you're gonna get that speed as well, especially off of that hollow body construction. So even though I'm a single digit handicapper, if you're a higher handicapper at home, you are gonna see those benefits that even I'm seeing at my speeds as well. And to be honest, this one, and this one were all miss hits, and you can just see how consistent it has been. Moving on to the QI10 in the 4 iron, straight distance, pretty good if I'm honest. Now, with the longer iron, I did feel like I was kind of fighting the club face from kind of turning over a little bit. So if you are the player who does hit that kind of slice, this could be a great option, because the distances and again the spin are absolutely superb, as you can see here. Now, for me, it launched a little bit lower, but the ball speeds and distance were absolutely superb. I really, really enjoyed hitting this iron as well. Now, going into the Cobra Darkspeed. Now, this is a 5 iron, and you can see how tight the dispersion is. Now, I was very impressed, not only because it's very easy to hit, but just the feel off the face and the speeds as well off a 5-iron. Now, launch is brilliant, spins superb, ball speed speaks for itself. But again, if you are looking for that distance and that speed, you're going to get that in that Cobra Darkspeed, a great option. All right, so we've hit them, we've tested them. We have 3 incredible options here that are going to improve your game. Now, the QI iron from TaylorMade was a great mix of forgiveness and distance. And you saw that. You're definitely going to get close to the green, close to the pin, especially in those longer irons as well. A great option. If you do hit that kind of left to right shot, it's going to straighten that out really nicely. The Cobra Darkspeed is going to give you that speed and distance you're looking for with nice and tight dispersion. And the Paradym Ai Smoke is going to give you a little bit of the best of both worlds. You've got forgiveness, you've got distance in a nice little package, and you're going to see the ball get closer to the greens, especially in those longer irons as well. So lots to think about, lots to choose from. So go out, get fitted, and test them for yourself. I've been James from Bunkered. See you next time.